Hello everyone and welcome to an all-new channel. Yes, we're today here on Matt212 iRacing. Plain and simple, I really enjoy playing this game. I want to make more content on iRacing throughout 2025 and the future. I really do believe this sim is still the best on the market, and I want to do a lot more racing on it. So today, yeah, we've got an all-new channel. Please do make sure you get yourself subscribed so I'm not stuck on 0 subs for eternity. But we're going to kickstart this with the all-new Ferrari 296 challenge car. This thing is an absolute missile down the straights, but quite difficult to slow down into the corners. Yes, that does cause chaos as we head into this race today. 700 brake horsepower here at the Red Bull Ring. I end up in a really good battle that takes up most of this race as well. For some of the longer videos we're going to do, I'm going to try and edit them down into highlights as well. But yeah, hopefully this is going to be the start of something quite exciting. I've got the pedal cam added inside the game as well. I've got a few different Race Lab overlays that I want to try out. I thought 2025 Season 3, with some of the tyre updates to the GT3 cars as well, this is going to be a really good fun season. If oval racing is more of your jam, I want to get back more into that as well. So I will be creating a new oval racing channel as well in the not too distant future, but more information on that when I get around to it. But yeah, today though, hopefully you enjoy this, the first ever race, like I said, on the new channel, and boy oh boy, is it a good one. Well, making our way then down in towards the final few corners for our very first race then in the all-new Ferrari 296 challenge car. I must admit, from doing my practice laps with it, I'm not convinced this is going to be a fan favourite long term. It is quite good fun. I'm hoping to do this season's worth of races, but we'll wait and see whether I fall in love with it. Here, round 1, like I said, the Red Bull Ring. So let's see what we can do then through the final corner. Getting ready for the race to start. I assume leader's going to go on the exit of the final corner. I think he's gone. Yep, there you go. So we've done alright then. Off of the start there immediately. Trying to get alongside the number 11 car there of Alex, but yeah, he'll comfortably have me in towards turn 1. Cold tyres, got to remember that. Oh, into the first corner as the guy on my inside. Oh, we had to basically avoid him there through turn 1. Good job I didn't try to commit a bit more to the apex on the inside there, but that was a little bit scary. Vincent trying to go for a big old send at the start of this one, and maybe we can return the favour as we head up the hill. No, again, he's going to absolutely fire it in. And I believe a couple of people on his outside there having to avoid him. Luckily, traction control helps these cars obviously try and get the power down up over the top of the hill. They have got traction and ABS, so they're kind of very powerful low downforce, similar to GT3 cars, to be completely honest. So I must admit, the power is something to get used to. 700 brake horsepower. This thing is a missile in a straight line. But through the corners, yeah, it really does struggle quite a lot. Probably because you're carrying so much more straight line speed as well into every apex there. But, oh, let's see, 2x2 they go. It's like Noah's Ark just in front of me. We've got a great view as a load of drivers dip a wheel through the gravel. Vincent there still trying to look for some moves and to grab some slipstream. But honestly, race 1, I just want to get to the end, kind of learn how this thing chews up its tyres and everything like that, and try and make it through with minimal incidents if we possibly can. There is Vincent again, just struggling a little bit on the exit of the final corner. He's going to try and just swing a little bit defensive there, see if he can, you know, kind of cover me off. But again, he's, oh, I mean, there you go. That seems about right, doesn't it? I thought we were going to see more of an incident there. We got a 0x for the guy behind. As I was trying to back out of the accident, I was adamant was going to happen in front of me. So, apologies to Colin. That wasn't quite my intent. Down through that first corner, but yeah, just everything got a little bit sketchy. So we've just got to try, you know, and play the smart game there. I mean, we could have easily been tipped into a spin down at turn 1 had you know, netcode and things like that gone a little bit worse. Luckily, I'm in the new house, so I'm hoping netcode problems are going to be a lot less frequent. The new internet much better than the old one, so I really want to do obviously a lot more iRacing. Now I know that won't be as much of a problem. I mean, I'm hoping it should be no problem whatsoever. This corner, I'm so torn between 3rd and 4th gear. 4th feels faster, but 3rd just means you definitely get the nose in. There's plenty of gravel being kicked up. The yellow and orange flag out as we will get our first incident point of the all-new season. Seem to be pulling away a little bit from some of those guys behind. See, this is a top split event, so yeah, it's going to be very, very quick as you can get away with so much curb through these final couple of corners. As long as I believe two wheels are on like the white and green curbing, that is all allowed. So you can go completely over the red and white curbs through those final couple of corners. So again, we'll try and focus on slow in, fast out. They're getting the car beached over that curbing slightly. But again, it's pretty good at staying planted. It will kind of stay out of trouble. You know, it will kind of self-correct almost, if you will. So you can, you know, afford to try and take a bit of a risk with it. It was something that was quite good fun in practice, kind of learning what this car will and won't let you do. But it is quite understeery, which, to be honest, kind of suits my driving style as well. So I can't complain about that one. As we'll try... Oh, Vincent braking much earlier there than I was expecting. Generally wasn't trying to go for a move there. He just then decided at the last moment he was going to try and block me anyways. I was trying to avoid him. All those times he's broke far too late into corners, and suddenly now decides that he wants to brake far too early. But again, luckily the ABS stopping us from having anything too major. So I'm trying to go for a nice late apex through there. See if I can just get a little bit of clear air over the wing. Obviously over the splitter as well. I mean, the rear wing on this thing, you could eat not only a dinner but a feast off of that. It is absolutely fantastic, but certainly is trying to provide you with some downforce as well. You know, it's not just for show.
Fastest lap for Graham, 128.9.
Top guy's already dipping down into the 128s. I'm not able to do that. I think my best was like a 29.5 in practice, I want to say. Which I was pretty happy with. I felt like I was getting sensibly everything I could out of the car. As obviously, it has been a little while since I've done some iRacing. I'm very, very rusty inside the sim, especially... You know, this is my very first race in the all-new car, as
10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. Focus on the exits.
Trying to move in the braking zone there, and he's absolutely screwed himself over in the process.
Still there.
Now we're going to be drag racing down in towards turn 4. We will have the inside line. And I'm sure, yeah, Vincent even will not be too happy that he's lost that one in the way he has.
Still there.
Try and have a look around the outside there as well. We actually get a 0x, so not too sure what that was about. But through we will go and back into the top 10. Happy days with that one, as long as he doesn't try to dive bomb me again. I think he's immediately on the back foot to the next guy behind as well. So Colin lining up now. Oh, and there you go. I think they've had a crash.
There's an incident in turn 5. It looks like Colin and Sala.
Yep, there you go. So those two immediately have gone and taken each other out then. So happy that I avoided that one. We'll take a look at that when we get to the incident report at the end of the race. But that's going to give us a little bit, well, breathing room just behind us. Maybe a bit optimistic there. When we're in a little bit more clear air, it's difficult to kind of remember how much kind of dirty air these things have, how much grip they've got. So there we go, that was a 130.2, so I think now with clear air we should be able to get down into the 29s. Alex just in front of him is on a 30 flat. Andre in front of him though is just on a 28.9, so he's looking pretty quick as well. Around here is, oh, we got another incident up at the top of the hill, have we? No, seems to be all good. It is weird the way this car kind of grips up. I don't know whether it's the new tyre model, because I haven't driven the GT3s yet, but it kind of, like, weirdly bites. I say, until I've kind of driven the GT3s, I don't really know whether I can compare it to them. I will definitely need to do some videos on that as well, because I really do want to learn the all-new GT3 tyre physics as well inside the sim. I think my plan this season is Ferrari 296 Challenge, GT3 VRS, and maybe a couple of other bits. I always like doing the Formula 4 races, maybe like some Super Formula or something like that. But obviously we've got a few big special events coming up as well. Looking to try and do the Spa 24 and the Watkins Glen 6 hours, so I'll make sure that I go live with those. So again, just following Alex just in front of me.
Halfway home. Fuel looks good.
So he's very quickly just fallen back into our clutches here. This is going to be quite a good lap. I think that's a 129.8, so there we go. But obviously with the 1X as well, won't count for much. So we're going to get a nice run on Alex then off of turn 1. Can we have a look to the inside? He's got some good racing respect. I like that. He could have tried to cover the inside line, but instead we'll go wheel to wheel. I'll make sure I give him room up at the top of the hill.
He's still there.
Just try and get it slowed down nice and tidy on the apex. And there we go. I think he might have cooked his tyres slightly.
Good pass.
I think he's really struggling in that car at the moment, as we're already over half distance. Only a 15-minute sprint race in this series is a little bit of a shame.
C license, and their rating is 2.6.
But yeah, I'm not convinced I'm going to be able to get to the guys in front of me by the end unless something crazy happens. I think we've sensibly got ahead of pretty much all the cars I would expect to in a race like this, as it's very, very easy to get kind of 99% out of this car. It's just finding the last little bit that can be really, really tricky, or just maybe getting over a little bit of the sand.
Stay smooth.
He's actually going to get a very good run on me there to the outside.
He's still there.
Make sure I give him some room.
Still there. Still there.
Oh, that is good racing there, wheel to wheel through the final couple of corners. I think he wanted to try and switch me off the final turn, but we'll make sure we get the car planted on the exit. Again, 1X there. We've got to be careful with those. I am at a 3.5 B license, so I want to get promoted. I want to get my A license back on Formula and GT this season. I think I've got an A license in NASCAR, so I think it's just the two that I need to do. Because, let's be fair, nobody really does anything on the dirt stuff anymore on the sim. If it had some kind of popularity, then I would love to get into it.
All right.
Oh, hello. I think he might have just outbroke himself there. That's fine. He did apologise, that's absolutely fine. Good job we didn't turn in, because again, I could have been spam off his nose. But, yeah, I thought that was odd, but I certainly didn't think it was malicious or anything like that. This car can be really tricky, where the braking zones are just a little bit longer, and because you're carrying so much speed on the way in, it can be really, really difficult to kind of spot it. And if you overshoot even just slightly, it can basically ruin, obviously, any chance you've got in these kind of events as well, especially into a big braking zone like that, where there really isn't anywhere to hide. We already saw a couple of times almost some incidents there up at the top of the hill, but yeah, this race, it's kind of formed into two groups. Kind of got all the front runners, and then everybody else there. It's just a little bit of traction bog through that penultimate corner. You do still get that, definitely. When you try and over-rotate the front end on the way in, it'll just kind of start understeering, and then the traction kicks in, and then it just gets very, very uncomfortable, as I thought I might have outbroke myself there slightly, but we actually got it stopped beautifully. I did not know there was quarter of a second in that braking zone at turn 1, so at least we found that out ready towards the end of this race. It is, like I said, just all about confidence on the brakes. Like up into turn 2, you really want to open up the width as best as you can. I feel like, again, I'm still braking there ever so slightly early, normally. But I'd rather brake slightly early than slightly too late in a race like this. I mean, we've got a 7.5 second gap for the car in front. Go. Got to be really gentle as well with the downshifts. Apart from here, where you're really just trying to get the car into third so you can rotate it through, you've got to be really, really careful with kind of not overstepping it. You know, you can see why this is kind of like a clubman car. It's not any quicker by kind of overdriving it. You know, it's probably why it's popular in those kind of series as well. As up to 5X though, really not good at the moment. I want to try and get a sub 130 with a clean lap time as well.
Fastest lap for McQueen, 128.3.
Lightning McQueen's in this race, ladies and gentlemen. That is huge news here from the Red Bull Ring.
Slow in, fast out. Keep the inside line covered.
I think we've got one more lap after this one. If I had to guess, I don't think we'll get an extra one on the board in this race, but you never know, we might just stretch it by the end. I don't know what the gaps are at the front. It might be close. We certainly wouldn't be quick enough to get an extra lap in, but I think the top runners, they've been setting 29s reliably enough that it might just be possible here. As to be fair to Alex, I mean, we're trying to push on towards the end, but he hasn't given up here. He's still sticking to my gearbox, which is pretty good. So we're kind of not as quick as the guys in front, and a bit too quick for all the guys behind, which is, I mean, at least we've got each other to kind of battle with in this race. I don't really think attacking the curb on the inside there is the way to go, but kind of got to if you've ended up... If the car slows down quite nicely...
Left. 2 minutes.
Oh, it's really, really tricky. As you can see, can get the nose to the apex in fourth. It just doesn't really then give you the rotation you need. And it's more about trying to get the throttle down on the exits. That's the line you want. Really get the car nicely rotated, then get on the throttle. Throttle patience is going to be key with this machine. I can't help but feel that's going to be one of the big things to learn over the course of this season. But through the final corner then. Don't get a 1x, thank you. This is going to be quite a good lap time then. Is this the white flag? Nope, we are going to have one extra one then. So we've just stretched the extra lap. As there we go, 29.5. That's more what I was aiming for in this session. As the fuel burns off, hopefully we'll just get quicker and quicker here. And maybe get away from Alex a little bit more. I think our race leader, he has just got a bit of breathing room now from everybody else. I think there's some battles going on behind him, which are just allowing him to run away slightly. But again, you know, the other big thing as well is how much later you can brake in this car. Once you've got the tyres up to temperature, it really, you know, it can slow down quite aggressively. You know, you can now lean on that ABS as well. Down here, it struggles a bit more. Of course, it's just as the track falls away from you. But, yeah, you really can kind of lean on it. It is a good fun car to drive. I think I am, you know, going to have a lot of fun with it over the course of this season. You know, just trying to kind of figure it out and everything else. And, you know, learning some of the other nuance as well to this new iRacing season. As, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Again, they're just making a little mistake. And again, Alex now might be able to get a run on me. Not convinced it's worth defending the inside here.
Car right.
I think he was, I thought he was going to get a much bigger run on me than he has done. But we're still wheel to wheel. Don't get a 1x. So someone's not happy.
Incident in turn 1. Looks like it's Michael. Come on, keep pushing.
Well, so there's clearly been an incident up in front then, and Lightning McQueen's not happy about that one. But we've got a battle on our hands in towards this final lap.
10th position. Last lap.
And we force a mistake then out of Alex. I made a mistake myself. So we've got to try and go for something here. I don't want to lose this P9. We would still gain iRacing in 10th, apparently, so I don't think we can complain too much if we do end up here. But, whoa. Very, very early on the brakes. Luckily, we didn't run into the back of him, but
Stewards have warned us about track limits. Keep it
having
between the
to
lines.
utilise all of the available
points.
space around the venue just to try to avoid careening into the back of him.
We think it might be McQueen.
Well, there seems to be more incidents going on. Ugh. That's a big dive. That was not what I intended to do. We somehow get it stopped. I'm so sorry, Alex. That was not my intention there, to try and go for that. That scared the life out of me. No idea what it must have done to him. But he must think I'm a madman as though he gets a big slide himself. Oh, drama right at the end here as I'm practically pushing him along in towards the next corner. Try and get the nose tipped in. There could still be an opportunity here if we can get a good run down in towards the final corner. Alex is going to try and defend it. We will have to have a look to the outside, open up the circuit width as best as we can. Or we get a little bit of a wobble again. I think he might just about have done enough here to try and defend through the final corner. Can we get a run? What a last lap battle that has been right at the very end. Alex will hang on. We will come through for 10th. Fair play to him. That was really good, clean, hard racing at the end of the day. I apologise for the dive bomb. I'll message him in chat with that one, but that was really good fun. Let's go take a look at our incident report. Well, here we are then taking a look at our incident reports from this one. Immediately lap 1, a huge dive bomb coming in up at the top of the hill. Does just about get it slowed down there, and I mean, they're 3 wide on the exit of the corner. If I was either of the other two, I would be ever so slightly unhappy about this attempt, but I believe the contact is actually down here. A little bit of dooring each other, and then brakes very, very late. Still 2 wide on the outside, so a bit more contact is made. And then they're still 3 wide. This is brilliant on lap 1 then. And the Ferrari, I mean, they're all Ferraris, aren't they? But he tried to be optimistic there at the start of that and completely paid the price, and then will gain it all back again as the other two trip over each other. What fantastic racing on lap 1 there. Fairly clean, but certainly a little bit as well. This is going to be the instant the guy we were following. Again, far too aggressive down at turn 1, and doesn't quite clean out Alex as well, just in front of him there. What else have we got going on? A few guys making their trips through the gravel. And then I think that was a little bit of netcode on at the exit as well. Here's the next incident then. That's... I mean, the other guy could have backed out, I think, is the important bit there. That's me just in front, so... I mean, he's kind of gone in, but again, he's done that horrible little late braking trick that he tries to do, where he kind of moves on the way into the braking zone. I don't know if we can see it from the other guy's POV. I'll try and get a quick look. If we just pause it there, the guy behind, so Colin, I mean, he's had a look to the inside, hasn't he? He's kind of made it clear early enough that that's what he's going to do. And again, he just kind of tries to move in the braking zone. They get a little bit stuck together. I do think Colin was probably more to blame there than not. But again, it's kind of that horrible little defense. Like, you just see... As he goes in, he immediately moves towards the inside line because he's seen the other guy go for it. Yeah, I think the other Colin should have backed out there, to be completely honest, I think, in the end. Probably could have saved himself, but Colin should have done better as well. And it looks like we've got more incidents going down then. These two now... I mean, that's just a little bit of mirror-to-mirror banging, but they'll all get away with that one. Another dive bomb coming up at the top of the hill then, so I think this guy's made a lot of enemies, and he's very, very lucky not to get span on the exit there a little bit as everybody tries to get the throttle down. They will make it through that one just about unscathed. Final couple of corners then. A little bit of rubbing his racing, you know, fairly normal stuff. And another bit of contact. Can't really turn into the apex when there's a car on your inside as well. But that was right at the end of the GP, I think. Another one. No, okay. Oh. Yeah, you're a day late and $1 short there, aren't you? That's just... He's come from a long way back. I think he's tried to be the hero like he was on lap 1. And, I mean, the guy in front is basically already committed. The other Ferrari behind couldn't really do a lot to avoid that. But, you know, that's kind of, again, just far too optimistic. Decided far too late he wanted to go for it. And ultimately they've all come off not very well. Another big dive bomb coming in. And good, Karma got the better of him this time. Hopefully he does a fairly safe rejoin, but you just can't be dive bombing like that, especially around a circuit like this. The only real corner you can dive bomb is up at the top of the hill, and he's just not really making it work. And then after the race, for some reason, I got completely rear-ended, so I'll be reporting that guy. This was genuinely after the race was done. I just got sent to the Shadow Realm. Final race results. As you can see, because of that 4x after the race, I actually lost 0.11 SR in this one, which is a little bit annoying. We gained 7 iRacing though, so I guess that's still going in the right direction. Nathan, though, takes the victory. Pole position, didn't quite get fastest lap, but led every single lap of the event today. So a dominant drive by him, just ahead of Harvey. Antonin in P3 there, just ahead of Benedict, and Bobby as well in P5. Like I said, we ended up in 10th, so we finished exactly where we started in that one. I think our biggest gainers were Colin and Archie just behind me. 15th to 11th, 16th to 12th. And then you can see right towards the bottom of the field, Vincent, yeah. Wait, he was 34 seconds back, so he did see the checkered flag, but not the race he would have wanted. But I think he did a lot of that to himself. Thank you all so much for watching, though. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed. Let me know kind of any tweaks and changes you want me to do or anything you want me to add to these videos. But the first one on the new iRacing channel in the books, we'll be back very soon, hopefully, probably with some GT3s.